Welcome, welcome. It's been actually a little while since I've played this game. Got a kitten, so making sure she sees the vet and all that's in health good order. It's been important. Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon, magnetic service. Tell you what, I can't get enough of these videos.
Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon, of magnetic service. We continue from a moment ago. I want to establish the energy in this room is precious. It is precious no matter if you feel it's precious or not. It's precious because it is. It is free choice for the human to find something that is elevated beyond what they expect. It's free choice for the human being to go beyond that which perhaps what they believe they should think. I want to talk about that. Preciousness is a compassion that is soul compassion, soul coherence. It's all of those things combined when you consider what might be in the room because you're here. You have a mistaken idea. The spirit, God, source, or whatever would send a plethora of angels to warm the place up so you could come and celebrate. You don't know. Made in his image. And the image is divinity and love and compassion and the ability to do marvelous things. That's made in his image. And you've heard it all your life. That's who you are. So I'm going to project this in a way I haven't before. Dear humanity, dear ones in this room, dear listeners, your reality is what you inherit. I'll say the word. You have synthesized a reality that you've inherited from your parents, from their parents, from their parents, of what everything does. The reason why you're here, your lifespan, what you can do, what you can't do, how you should act, what's going to happen. All of it. Inherited. What you continue to do is to synthesize that reality. One generation tells the other generation who they are, what might happen, where you're going. And I don't know you've ever really thought about it. You are a product of what your parents have said. And from the very beginning, they start telling you what humans do and what they don't do and what's proper and what's not and how long. They were told and what their parents told them. And when I say you synthesize it, I say it because that's not exactly right. See? The human spirit. That's the 33% that I've talked about before that your DNA...
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy.
Did you know what a channel we had in the
Be
past?
advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
But because you have synthesized what it should be, you believe it. Therefore, that becomes your reality. I have objections from those who are logical and intellectual that say, wait a minute, Ryan, stop the channel. Because we believe in science, measuring statistics. Not the energy that you talk about, not the 33%, nothing. We believe because we've measured lifespan of thousands of human beings. They become data points. We've seen the bell-shaped curve. We know how long humans live. You're living a little longer today because of nutrition than were before. It's science. You can't say that humans were designed to live 2 or 3 times that long. Look at the facts. And here's my answer.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Every single one of them you create. And in the end, you come up with a chart and you calling it science, and it's a map of your own dysfunction. And you present it as proof. That is a synthesized reality. I told you before.
That's far enough.
We're not here to cause problems.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
The first who's going to go for it and discover it and claim it and realize that consciousness is
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
what you believe.
Load of horse
starts to
crap,
become
man.
the reality,
We will
not
need to
what you've
confirm
been
that.
taught.
Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Novaria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
Called childhood. There's another one.
Don't try
You are
it.
facing
Nobody takes my weapon.
paradigm shift.
Charge and lock!
Bring you
We are
out of
authorized
your
to use lethal
inherited
force. You have to the count of 3 to surrender your
culture. There will
weapons.
be those of you who
1,
come out of it,
2,
those of you who won't go there.
Captain Matsuo, stand down.
This is too uncomfortable to even consider. What was it like when you were a child?
We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs. Behave yourself.
When you grew up. That's a paradigm change. You started to take the responsibility when your hormones started to change, from the chemistry, your size, all of those things. A metamorphosis. You've been through this. Yet,
I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Ananias. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. You understand our security chief was only doing her job. One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? And a sorry matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Sharon's aide is here.
it says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child,
Can I speak with her?
understood as a child.
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Could you tell me how to get there?
You'll need to ask Administrator Ananias for clearance to leave this port.
Where can I find the administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an Asari lawyer to see the case through.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the administrator's office.
Before you even go there, I want to give you a little story. I like to tell stories. And I like to tell them as though you were a child. And I tell the story to show you the profundity.
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
Personalities are machines. Cars will have their own personalities. No humans around, just the machines. And so that's where we're going, into a child's
You're the
story
Spectre, right?
of Johnny Boing Boing.
Management told us not to talk.
I'm on
He was a machine.
I shouldn't be
Now,
talking.
machines aren't that bright, and they're not that intellectual. He was just happy to be here. He kept jumping up, jumping up. Boing, boing, boing.
This one offers greetings.
Johnny knew about
You
it.
are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan. Sure, whatever. This is a store, right?
Was fast.
Of course. This one apologizes for inconveniencing you.
All happy,
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan.
News travels fast here.
Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here. This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is in the station, but you could bring it through customs.
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
I have no problem with that.
This one humbly thanks the Spectre. The package will be delivered to your vessel. All you need do is bring it to this one. Please do not mention this to Administrator Analeus. That one would levy fees. Is there anything else this one might help you with?
Could I buy something now?
Is there anything in particular the Spectre is looking for?
Get ready for the channels. If you would just close your eyes, take a breath, and another breath. time to let your shoulders relax and the back of your neck and your face. Breathing into your body, letting your lungs fill up and filling that area in your chest and your belly so that when you exhale, it is relaxing and you are clearing the decks. And your thoughts and busyness of this morning can move to the back of your mind. And you can
Bless you.
get ready to receive. You can open that part of you that is the receptive part. Open your mind and your heart. Open your feelings and your allowing. Getting ready for the most wonderful, loving messages for the honoring that comes to all of us when we receive these beautiful visits from Adironda and Kryon.
These dear ones I'm crying.
So it is
Oh,
what they do,
Adironda.
huh? So very good to see you, right? For brightness, for divine presence. Even though we're looking at you in your own eyeballs right there. Virtual reality, everything is possible. You
Virtual
are
reality, everything is possible.
this wondrous studio. You see,
Afternoon.
that is what
Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you?
Did you see an Asari matriarch recently?
Yes, she caused quite a stir. It's not every day a matriarch arrives with a guard detail of commandos.
they start happening. You know, when you start
I have a different question.
Humans are full of questions. I should write a book about it while I have the time to spare.
all things,
Who might you be?
the universe starts
Boric
shifting
Keen.
around and saying,
For the moment, I am the manager of the Synthetic Insights Office.
this is where we're going. We're going to rearrange
For the
this.
moment?
Here there's an old saying.
Mr. Ananias closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
I sense a connection there.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Ananias' actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it. I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Ananias would be disinclined to let you walk there.
We can give you example after example after
If you recover the evidence from my office, I will give you my garage pass, as well as a sum of credits.
energy. They are part of
You have a plan?
as you know.
I do.
They are part of that.
However, there is one other... What is that charming human expression? Fly in the ocean? Violence against Mr. Ananias' thugs may be necessary. He has members of Hanshan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
If he's paying them under the table, they're mercenaries. I can kill mercenaries.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
Trusting. Trust is probably one of the most difficult parts. Because you see what appears to be having, creating everywhere, chaos, creating everywhere.
You're the Spectre, right? Management told us not to talk.
Chaos comes change.
Chaos comes
Now,
change.
some that call our dear friend Sekhmet and the destroyer of chaos. Because she elicits so much change. Well, change is upon you.
Can I help you?
The world is shifting in every way possible. And what is really happening there is its dimensional frequency is actually
The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dalston. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity, or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
That you're trying to balance yourself. That seems like a simple name, eh? A paddleboard. You see, that is how simple it is. You're learning to balance on something you may never have balanced before. So, one way that you can...
I don't know anything about binary helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramaui City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What's your interest in binary helix? They do genetics work.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics.
Do things
there
beyond
are
your
rumors that the
return.
Bavaria branch has thrown in Asari
Do things
biotics.
beyond your return.
Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific. We want to assess any potential
Coffee
risk
right
to
away.
Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their
Sit back and
military
watch the
transfer
game
programs.
4 hours a night.
Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
Interesting plan. I'm in.
Excellent. Here's the cracking device. You will know it is done.
Want to hire me to do some shady
I've assembled a
sovereign
dossier
shit.
on Vargas. If you would
Must be
like,
a hell
I
of- this
could
must
brief
be
you on his behavior
most
patterns.
impressive plan.
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
He is impatient with those who waste his time. I tried to get him distracted and off topic. He concluded I was not interested in his company's services. I noticed he has a tell. When a topic makes him nervous or uncomfortable, he has a tendency to rub the back of his neck. If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
I'll go see him now.
I hope to hear from you soon.
Dress yourself in a different order. Well, as she was putting on her pants, she does not want us to tell you this, just to let you know. As she was putting on her pants, she nearly fell over. Because she was not used to the different order of the pant leg going into one leg. She said, do not talk about this. But you see...
Mr. Vargas, I'm Commander Shepard, a Spectre. I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas, sales. Were you interested in our services?
Your cells will start getting
I might be. That depends on what sort of offer your company can make.
It was my understanding that the Citadel contracted to a Solarian corporation for its
in
enhancement
April,
programs.
and then everyone locked in and everyone stayed home. So now you are venturing.
I'm sure you know that we pass a new budget every fiscal year. If it delivers a better soldier, contracts can change.
A sound business practice. Excuse my hesitation. I've never heard a government accused of good business sense. First, the boilerplate disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed.
Like the lockdown? No, I don't like the
We
lockdown.
maximize the odds, but every strand of
Want
DNA
travel
is
and be
unique.
free.
Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response, 12% faster clotting, and a measurable decrease in CG muscle degeneracy.
I've never heard of a technique that improves zero-gravity endurance.
It's a first for the industry. The advent of element zero-based artificial gravity made it a less pressing concern. We're still waiting for tests to give us an average improvement. We estimate a 7 to 11% decrease in muscle loss rates. I can get you those improvements for 30K credits per head. For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement package, guaranteed 20/15 vision and hearing from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
Are you sure that's the best price you can offer?
Absolutely. That's the standard rate. Of course, if the government moves forward with this on an official level, there might be some additional discounts. I have to admit, it surprised me that you're here for business. There are many development projects in Bavaria, some not entirely
I wear a lot of hats, Mr. Vargas. Some days I shut down criminals, some days I diffuse news. Some days I like to enjoy private vices. You understand me?
I suppose. My apologies. Your manner is rather informal for a business meeting.
I'm sorry, Mr. Vargas. That's a call I have to take. Thank you for your time.
Of course, Commander Shepard. We look forward to doing business with the Citadel.
Dear springs of light, we love the magnificence of you.
Yo.
Any results?
No.
But you know
toy did its job.
Excellent. I will transfer 500 credits to your account.
Only 500? Alright. I thought you might have wanted to provide more, since you couldn't do it yourself, I mean.
Did I say 500 credits? I meant 750. Good day, Spectre.
An examination of one subject that would allow multiple parts instead of one simple short channel. And this one is going to be what I call germane to the situation of now. If those which would tune in later to this did not look at that which was the date, they wouldn't necessarily understand what we're doing. You are in the middle of what some has called wave number 2 in your country. That which you have then called
I'm sorry.
lockdown.
The hotel is off limits to those
Perhaps not as locked as the first one, but still. The time when you cannot do the things you normally do, the time when you're required to wear things you would not normally wear.
Beat it.
Go out and celebrate. Perhaps not even go to work. These are difficult times, and they take their toll. I would like to title these particular channels Finding Joy in the Midst of Chaos. Finding joy in the midst of chaos. I cannot underestimate the healing power of joy.
Healing power of
I did a
joy.
channel recently talking about some of the profundities and the influences that are on the human being by certain emotions and actions and things. And joy was one of them. And now I want to continue on that. I want to give you some information probably you didn't even know. When all of this virus talk is said and done in its history, and it will be, there could be a lot of things known that are not being known at the moment. But
A lot of
only suspected.
exposure.
And I'll tell you what one of them is.
Underground sex rings, child trafficking.
Hospitals, those who deal with unhealthy people, are going to show in their graphs and charts of numbers the uptick, as they're going to call it, of other diseases during your virus. In other words, during this time, when you shield yourself from one thing, you're creating something else. And that something else is being created because your chemistry reacts to it. Your chemistry in your body, which is true to your consciousness in such a profound way, reacts to anxiety and fear,
Spectre, right?
stress, unhappiness.
Yeah, that's
You
me.
know I'm right.
I used to be a
It's
military
an
tech.
invitation
Except for my ego's people, everyone's
for
too
other diseases
corporate
to
here.
come in
They just sit around
because
sipping
your immune
expensive
system
water.
is beat up, if you want
What
to
can I
call
do
it
for
that,
you
when you
today?
don't feel right, when you're in fear, when you're anxiety, when you're worried and happy.
What do you do here?
I'm the chief mechanic for
might
Handshake.
say
Just call me Lee. Humans have a problem saying my full name. Got a team of 12 of them, keeping the shuttles coming and going.
And physicians hearing this,
You seem like you have an ear to the ground. What's happening around here?
There's the problems up on Peak 15. Synthetics Insights was shut down by Analeus. And the matriarch came through.
even past the point where they should.
How can I get into the garage?
You need a pass. You can get one from Analeus or the managers, if you can polish enough gizzard.
Maybe you could let me borrow yours?
Sure. If I wanted to lose my job and get sued into the next spiral arm. Security tracks card use.
I have to go.
You need anything? I'll
pass away almost the next day.
Access to the garage is restricted.
I'm on Citadel business. I need to leave the station.
If you want to enter the garage, you need authorization for Mr. Analeus. No exceptions. I'm sorry.
That's the kind of control you have.
form your body what you want. So I want to travel, I want to be debt free, I want to make money passively.
Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
Lorik Keene gave me a pass in.
Keene? Are you working for him? He's under investigation.
Ananias is paying you to shake this place down. Does Captain Matsuo know you're here?
Hey, I'm not the one who wants Keene. Ananias has a Varan up his ass about this guy. How about this? You pretend you didn't see us, we'll pretend we didn't see you.
Pull it forward, pace it on themselves, and be joyful in the time of chaos. This is doable. It's not it's the consciousness. Cognize what I'm saying. Cognize it. You have to believe it. I've said this before and I want to go back. Even if you've had a difficult childhood, dear ones, you remember that as a child, there was joy. Playing, which were your friends or your toys or your animals. The time when you were so peaceful with yourself and laughed with yourself. Even if you had a difficult childhood, those times still, if you had a good childhood, you know what I'm speaking of. If you had a childhood where your parents loved you dearly and helped you in every way they could, you know that that inner child of yours, alive then, is still with you, because you remember it. Even if you were not mature yet, that inner child has a spark of remembrance that is pasted in your brain. There are some who reject it. There are some who have been taught that when you were a child, you thought as a child, and now that you're an adult, you don't think as a child anymore. Therefore, you're not supposed to be childlike ever. Now, there's truth in that. It's even scriptural. That you should now think as an adult in that you are more responsible now. But that doesn't mean you're not supposed to laugh as a child. That is how your makeup of your consciousness is designed. Dear one, is designed to keep those things which make you happy and peaceful on a shelf that's close to you. So you can pull upon them in times of trouble. So you won't go down that what they call rabbit hole of difficulty and darkness where it's difficult to recover. I am talking to some who are in that hole, and I know it. Hard to sleep at night. When you wake up in the morning, it all comes racing back. There's problems. How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? What's going to happen next? Something you didn't even think about a year ago, and here it is. I know. There are tools, dear ones, built into you that can keep you peaceful and even joyful at these times. Imagine the ability.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
And the emotions of you as a
Do you plan on making me leave?
Leave? You think I'm gonna let you walk out? Ananias would throw you off the world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
Your men are dirty, Sergeant. You're here off duty, breaking the law for bribe money.
That you perhaps have at this moment.
If you want to fight, I'll give you one.
Add to this puzzle.
You talk the talk. Let's see if
They will say, anytime you would act childlike, it is an affront to your gender, especially men, who will say, this is no longer appropriate for my manhood. I will not giggle anymore. Because he finds things that are funny And if you ask them about it, they'll say, oh yeah, I took my inner child and I buried it in the backyard a long time ago. So it's not going to come out, it's dead. Now it's not to say that they cannot resurrect it, because truly it's always there, but in their consciousness, their truth, they're killed it. How about you? These things that I'm speaking of, where are you in this department? You wake up in the morning, how do you feel? Does the anxiety grip your heart? As soon as you wake up, then you worry all day?
No.
Well, if you do, I'll tell you, you're not alone.
Not making money at the moment. I got a house and I got bills to pay, but no, I'm calm because the Lord's got me covered.
So many of you
And at the moment, I'm kind of chilling on a game I enjoy, but
those listening to this in the future
I am growing and developing.
relate to this in some way. I want to take these 4 channels and I want to talk about it in a loving way.
I love hearing this dude
Some
speak.
very practical tools that are going to seem to be too simple or strange.
What can I do for you today?
I'm going to do that in the next channel. I know you're going to be
You know where that matriarch is now?
You looking for her? She took a shuttle to Peak 15 before we lost contact.
What sort of problems are there at Peak 15?
Don't know. There's a blizzard up there, but we've had those before. Never cut the satellite uplinks before. 15's always had a lousy reputation. Nobody talks about what they do there. And everyone sent up comes back a little quieter.
What do you do here?
I'm the chief mechanic for Hanshan. Just call me Lee. Humans have a problem. Got a team of 12 under me, keeping the shuttles coming and going.
What was that about synthetic insights?
Scuttlebutt says Lord Keene was on the take. Xynoleia shut down SI's offices, quietly, so no off-world lawyers come in on it.
Finding joy in the midst of chaos.
How can I get into the garage?
You need a pass. You can get one from Ananias to the managers, if you can polish enough gizzards.
I have to go.
You need anything, I'll be there.
Commander, there have been reports of noise from the Synthetic Insights office. Would you know anything about it?
Probably Ananias' thugs ripping the place apart.
Smartass, huh? That's fine. I can work with that. Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Keene. I'll be waiting.
Bringing it into the center, closing your eyes, allowing your breath to get a little bit softer and fuller. Knowing that you will be able to integrate all of the information and energy of today after we're finished, and perhaps for days to come. Breathing, softening, and feeling gratitude bubble up from inside you like effervescence. Feeling all of the gratitude for so many things.
I can't believe
this
the paradigms
weekend,
that work here. There's
but
no
of course this
opposite
weekend,
on
but
Peak 15.
all of the things in your life that you have to be grateful for, all of the people in your life that you have to be grateful for.
Grateful for my enemies. It's weird. I don't have friends. I've got enemies. I've got acquaintances.
Family of light that
Got a
comes
lot of people that
together.
want to be around me and such, but on the same
How
token,
we
like,
are all dedicated
no, there's an inner critic I have to work on so I can actually
in
start.
this sacred circle, all of us,
That's funky.
as we bring into the world, as we birth into the world,
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package? I'm here to shop. We can discuss this later. Of course. This one apologizes for inconveniencing you.
Good to see your light, your brightness, your divine presence. Here in Indianapolis, we love it. In that energy of flow. Indianapolis is that city that is always moving round about. It's got the racetracks moving round. It's got the center of town moving round. It's got everything moving round about in that order. Just as you are moving round about, huh? We talked about how to acknowledge the divine order in your land, how to acknowledge the divine order in your life. And you can meditate, and you can accelerate that. We want to give you a few more tools to work with. Is that all right? Huh? We would love to help you see that this time is really a gift. Well, every time is a gift. But this time is particularly a gift of transformation for you. So understand that in connecting to the divine order that you are indeed creating.
I like that fade, man. Your hair looks good.
Because you get to simplify,
a little much with the white, but that's not cool. Just say it's what.
Take all those things that you are doing in your world, having this, and taking care of those people, and taking care of those people.
All right, Diana.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Parasini, Novaria Internal Affairs.
Why is an internal affairs agent here?
The executive board knows about Ananias' corruption. I've been undercover for 6 months. I want you to convince Kryon to testify before the board. With his evidence, this planet could run profitably again.
What does it mean to take that?
I need Kryon's garage pass to complete my mission.
You help my investigation, I'll provide whatever you need. Favor for a favor.
Ooh, she'll give me my pass, okay.
Ananias is dirty. It might be best to help her.
Look, Shepard, I don't like this either. You Spectres play fast and loose with the law. That's bad for business.
Kryon is offering to pay me. Can you?
I can produce a copy of Ananias' pass for you. I can't move large sums of money without someone noticing.
It is about simplifying everything.
How can I get to Peak 15?
The shuttles are down, so you'd have to drive up. If you get Kryon to testify, I'll get you into the garage.
All right, I'll talk to Kryon and see if I can convince him.
Thank you. You know where I work. Come talk to me once you know if he'll play ball.
For what is new in your world, something new will come in. In the simplification of things that will help.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
Something else, more of your choosing, comes in to fill that up. So,
the job is done.
I appreciate your discretion. I hope I will never again be so careless as to find myself in these circumstances. I believe you require a garage pass. As well, I would provide a sum of 500 credits to serve. That's unfair to you.
Mr. Kryon, I should have turned that evidence into the proper authorities. You could be more grateful.
All you say is true. I can offer 750 credits. That's all I can move without attracting attention from the company. I have some calls to make, starting with Mr. Ananias.
The frequency of what you have been doing.
My office will open again soon enough. In the meantime, is there anything I can do for you?
Did you see an Asari matriarch recently?
Yes, she caused quite a stir. It's not every day a matriarch arrives with a guard detail of commandos.
I should let you go.
Let me go. Do humans consider conversation a form of imprisonment? That would explain why so few are willing to sit and talk.
It creates an open space so you can bring in the programs that you are choosing. So as you are washing your dishes, huh? Just the simple act of cleansing. Plate. Give thanks to the plate. Give thanks to the fork and the spoon. Just like you give thanks to the food when you actually taste it and not gobble it down and get on to the next thing. That's simplification.
Enjoy it for a moment. thanks to God for having
or sweeping it. Give thanks to the dust particles that you are sweeping into the dustbin and putting into the trash.
That's curious.
For you see, all of that gratitude expands and creates that frequency of flow. That is what we mean by simplification. That you find such joy and pleasure. Have you ever thought about cleaning or folding clothes being a joy-filled energy? There's some woman who makes her whole living by teaching you how to fold clothes by tidying up, huh? And a living can be made from anything, huh? But
a living can be made from anything.
That is her joy.
Okay.
So she simplified it down to one aspect. And that one aspect changes lives. So when you simplify that which you are truly choosing,
I do have a lot of scattered.
it will change your life. Okay. And as a result, it will change other
I can't tell you.
My office will open again soon enough. In the meantime, is there anything I can do for you here?
I should let you go. If you wish.
So it must be true. And in that capacity, it's shifting the consciousness of this planet. It is about taking care of the small details that reverberate out, cleaning one drawer with the intention of making more room for that which you desire in your life.
Don't hang up.
Have you ever tried that before? Have you ever accomplished that energy? And
a lot of running around trying to find where to go.
Energy to shift frequency. Ultimately, that's you. What would happen if your frequency shifted?
Shifted? Got out of low vibe.
Where you are right now. Maybe you are here. Well, maybe you are here. Probably at the end of today, you are here. What would happen if you would just raise that bar just a bit? And that frequency in your field starts, you know about the field. If you haven't watched the movie, then why? It is so powerful that reverberates out and raises the energy.
What can I do for you today?
As it is indeed coming
I have to go.
You need anything? I'll be.
And holding at that space.
Access to the garage is restricted.
I have authorization. Excuse me.
Yes, that's genuine. Drive safely. The weather's supposed to be pretty bad out in the Luke's Valley.
That the universe has in store for you. With just simply setting your intention to simplify and allow that divine order to come in. And as you simplify and allow that divine order to come in, you simplify and allow yourself to come in. And as you simplify and allow yourself to come in, everything else starts coming round about. And those things that you don't really like so much, you're throwing them out with that dustbin stuff. So thank you.
What the hell?
Energy of flow is about keeping things all in circulation. It is about that.
Keep it in circulation. Oh, so that kind of goes with why they're talking about circulating money. No matter how much you spend it, you know it's going to come back.
Simplified, creating an opening for your meditation to bring in the newness of you as the new human is
Sort of
coming
like spending
in
$200
regardless
to
of whether
keep
you're
a
ready for
cat,
it or not.
keep a kitten healthy. Black mindset looks at it like, oh, I lose $200. Growth mindset looks at, man, I just made it look pretty happy. What's that going to be worth? Having a healthy animal, healthy pet.
Every time you take your shirt off, you put on a new shirt and you do it in a different way and put the wrong arm in or the right arm in or whatever the third arm in, we don't know. To put all of that frequency going into that joy and thinking,
guys what the hell? Stop. 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 Oh my word. Stop. Stop this.
What are these things? Fan out and secure the area. No one gets in or out.
And to say, this is what I love. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm choosing. This is what I'm creating. This is what I am embracing. This is what I'm healing.
Unity don't work.
So you can be you. And to be the love that you already are. And to release those things that don't seem like love to you.
Release the things that don't feel like love.
Oh, dear speaks of light, we love you so much. We hope that tomorrow when you come back to Beyond Belief with the Dr. Amber and our favorite Leah, then you will actually learn more techniques. Will help you live with this divine flow of the energy. And as you go through tonight, maybe this is your own one, you're acknowledging that rolling wheel. Because the wheel is going to keep on rolling, whether you wish for it to or not. So it is just rolling along. And as it rolls, just breathe into the divine ride that it is providing. We know we have touched on lots of different things, but we want to get it all right out into you. That's all right. It's just because we love you so much. We see you. We know your heart. And we love you even more. We bid you namaste.
Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon of Magnetic Service. It's a day of introspection, a day when many are looking inside and seeing what can I do this week. Change my situation, but mostly not the situation that's practical or pleasant. Indeed, the situation right now is being controlled, as you know. This is channel number 2 of 4 regarding joy. We started it this morning. Finding joy in the midst of chaos is tough. And yet this is what is being asked of so many of you right now, dear ones. Those listening later, I say again. This channel is given in the midst of the second wave of the virus, in the year 2020, in the month of July. It is not a good time for many. What makes it difficult is the unknown. How long will it last? What is next? How can you plan for the future? You don't really know what the future will bring in that groove of normalcy that you normally plan with and for.
It's actually the exciting part
You
too.
say, I'm going to take a vacation here, I'm going to do this here, I'm going to
Can't do it now.
go out and have a good time here. None of those things is what you want to be. The way they work you. It creates anxiety. Even with those who say, well, I'm okay with all of these things and I'm doing fine, I will say, there still is an element of uncertainty. It doesn't sit well.
There's something that's exciting to it, but then there's still something that's a little nerve-wracking.
And so these are channels that would say, well, there are some answers. And those answers on the how to create the joy in your life refers to what I described before as finding that inner child, which is a memory that you will live. The time when you were a child and worried about very, very little, if anything at all. A time of play and happiness, giddiness, giggles, innocence. It is still there. We have said that that seed of the inner child is the joy. It's the remedy that lurks in there waiting to be found, pasted upon you yet again for times like these. I would like to give you 4 suggestions. Almost each one of these is eye-rolling. Those who work in linearity and logic don't understand there's something else. The rest of the story, I'm going to give you that in a moment, is one of the 3. Wouldn't it be great? Have a situation where nothing changes yet. Tomorrow or the next day you could awaken with a peaceful countenance. Not only that, those around you will see it as well. Now that's going to be chapter 3. I just gave that away. That's tomorrow. Or attributes or things you might try, which many of you are going to say, no, that's not going to work. Because you really don't understand. There is so much more I'm going to give you that is safe. That much more comes in so many ways. It comes that which is in your innate. It comes in what your body listens to and expects, and it comes from the help from the other side of the veil. What have we told you in the past 30 years about how your body works with you? You have something called a smart body. This smart body is the part that homeopathy speaks to. It's the part that knows more than you do. It's the part that understands your immune system. It's a part that works with disease. It's like you go on and earn your living and do all the things you do, and the smart body does the rest. That means that there are pieces and parts of you that operate even though you don't understand what they're doing. That is survival. It's built in. It's beautiful. So let's use it. Right now, let's use it. Number 1. It's going to sound too simple. All of these are going to sound too simple. I want you to find positive, peaceful, meaningful affirmations and memorize them. Go read them. Put them in your
I am
mind.
blessed. I am confident. I am above. I am not beneath. I am more than a conqueror. Hallelujah.
And you do it as often as you need to do. And you start the day.
I am rich. I am not poor. I am blessed. I am happy. I am not unhappy. I am rich. I am overflow. I am not empty. I am wealthy. I am blessed. I am prosperous.
People will say that is just dumb. That's not esoteric. That's not spiritual.
Oh, but it is. But your response to that is exactly why your life is. Hypochondriacs will always have a problem and always seem to never be okay because they don't ever change their words. They're always sick because they keep telling their body to be sick, so they naturally do things that will help it be sick. You are. Listen to your words.
How do you tell your body what to do? He's like, think about it.
Yeah.
The answer truly is speak it out loud. If you start
when you
having
hear
these affirmations of peace,
speak your words, your truth to yourself, your body will naturally respond to the words that you tell yourself. It has to. Tell yourself you're stupid, and then guess what? You're going to find a lot of stupidity. Tell yourself you're smart, you're going to find a lot of smart. Tell yourself you're intelligent, you tell yourself you're blessed, you're going to see blessings and intelligence and everything. I am more than a conqueror. Every challenge is an opportunity for personal growth.
And the methodology, the consciousness, the logic is that smart body of yours is listening. Your cellular structure is listening. Talk to the cells of your body. Even though you may think one thing biologically,
least 3. Now I got 5 and 10.
After a while, that innate of yours starts to understand that it's a request. Perhaps it's even a demand.
Pretty much.
It starts to chemically change, and when your chemistry changes, your thoughts change. You know that. You know what it's like to feel awful and what it's like to feel good. Once you all do. And you know that chemically you feel a certain way. It's not all in your head. It has to do with how tired you are, how vivacious you feel, or whether you want to talk a lot. That's chemical. It's not just in your brain. Affirmations do this for you, and it starts to react into that smart body, and it does the rest for you. Number 2. This is not only similar, it sounds the same, but with a twist. All of you have had times where you have laughed out loud at an external source. Perhaps the external source is a great, wonderful book. Perhaps it's a movie you've seen, a video, or anything, pictures, fun with the animals that you've had, or the memories you've had, whatever it is, you find it and play it.
User alert. All Peak 15 facilities have suffered a great deal of damage.
Made you laugh before.
Biohazard materials present throughout facility. Virtual intelligence user interface offline.
If you've had some movies you really enjoyed that made you laugh, do it again. And you may say, oh, it's not going to work right, I'll put it on, okay. I guarantee after a while you'll be chuckling and you'll be laughing and your chemistry is going to feel it. And the chemistry, your body's going to say, well, this is a good thing. I'm going to change. I'm going to change from being worried and anxious and going into disease and unhealthiness. And I'm going to start changing that chemistry. Your chemistry changes when you laugh. Did you know that? Finding joy in the midst of this chaos is not as difficult as you think, but you work at it. Do you want it or not? You work at it. So that's number 2. Find a stimulus that in the past has entertained you and made you laugh, and do it again. Find it. Well, Kryon, I really only have one movie that's made me laugh in my life.
Watch it.
Well then, get it and play it every day.
Enjoy yourself, absolutely.
Because you won't get tired of laughing. Nobody does. Even if you know what's coming, you know. You watch movies again and again because they're entertainment and they soothe your heart. That's number 2. Number 3 is an axiom. And here it is. Cognize a basic truth. There are 2 parts in this truth.
Alright, I
Part
think
1,
I need to
your
refill
body
coffee.
wants to heal.
Body wants to heal.
Everything innate is built to survive. Your body wants this more than your consciousness does. So there is a tremendous cooperation that takes place immediately. When you start to do this, the intent of what you're doing is seen by your body, by your innate. Even parts of your consciousness know what you're trying to do. Again, feeling awful, putting these seeming band-aids, the affirmations, the movies, it sees what you're trying to do and then cooperates. In other words, you've got a helper here. That helper is the survival instinct of your innate. It wants to laugh. It wants to come out of this depression, dear ones. No matter what's happening around you, you can be peaceful with all things and joyful. Does it help if you're not? That's one of the questions, isn't it? How is that going to accelerate what's going on outside your house? The answer, it won't. It won't. But the things that will keep you healthier while you're inside your house, I'm giving you. The second part of this, number 3, is spiritual. The Creator cares about you more than you know. When you start doing these kinds of things and finding the inner child and getting the affirmations out, I'll tell you, there's a piece and part of your soul that then sees the that you have, with free choice, decided a process that it will now help cooperate with. Did you get that? You have free choice. That is so important. Got any idea what that really truly means? You have a choice to die early, if you wish. If you wish. You have a choice to stay on the planet, if you wish. But here's the rule that you should know. The rule that you should know. If you choose to find pieces and parts of the Creator in you, if you choose that, the light starts to shine. It really does. Pieces of your soul say, that, look what the human did. The human is giving us permission. Open the door, open the door, open the door. That's how we feel about it. Free choice, open the door, get in there. And help them out. Your guides show up. Your dreams start to clear up. You feel more benevolence around you and you don't know why. I'll tell you why. Because you did it. You tried it. You showed intent. That's free choice. I can't tell you how much that means to us. To say yes. But you have to open the door. That was number 3. If any of you want to put these things together numerologically, there's another story. I've told you everything means something else. What does number 1 mean? What does number 2 mean? What does number 3 mean? Number 4. Force it if you have to. You ever looked at nature? You ever wondered how it could work with storms and catastrophes when the sun comes out? It's almost like nature just works. It just works. It doesn't seem to matter. That's who you are. You are part of the natural occurring earth. You are part of Gaia. You came from Gaia. So if you don't think this works, force it if you have to, because it puts you in the groove. This absolute wonderful groove that you're going to find with nature, where it simply works and survives and comes out and the sun comes out. And you realize later, well, the animals survived. Seems like a simple Simon thing, but I'll tell you, there is a groove you can be in that is part of that which is your survival with the planet, with your connection with all that is, that's benevolent. And you start to realize, I'm part of a bigger picture than just me. Number 4 becomes that which is an awareness of you with everything else. When you start understanding, no matter what's happening with your job, or with your relationship, or with anything else that is giving you anxiety and chaos right now, all of that pales in comparison to the piece of the creation that you are on this planet, or what that means in a bigger scale. 31 years. I have been telling you these things. You're bigger than you think. You're more loved than you know. You deserve more than you have because you don't open the door often enough. Now we're standing here with our hand out, saying, when are you going to realize how magnificent you are? Number 4 becomes realization of magnificence. You're part of the plan. You're part of the earth. All of these things, so much bigger. I guarantee, if you do these 4, cognizing these things, understanding you have help, the routine of laughter, going things that have made you laugh in the past, affirmations, you'll come out the other side and realize, in the face of chaos, you will say, I am so much more peaceful than I was. Words of peace that passes understanding, meaning you're too peaceful. And people will say, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you depressed anymore? I'm depressed, you get depressed. Well, that's number 3. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. How do you then transmit what you're going to do and what you're going to learn
goes to the subconscious. Well, kitty cat's missing, but no, whatever. She can't go far.
Be open.
She'll show up.
Be a receptive vessel
I'll
for
find
these
body at some point, but
healing
no, she should be
messages,
okay.
for these transformational messages. Channels always reflect times we're in and the gifts that we navigate through. Another breath. Things down. Creating this place of reality. Receive the messages, but you also receive the waves of energy that are coming to you.
What was that?
Go out
Probably
into
the
the
reason you
field,
don't have a panic attack.
and that field touches all of us.
Oh, fuck. I can see why they wanted to keep shit in here.
Love and an honor. Respect for the youth and our amazing journey as we receive with grateful love and Kryon. So it is good day to you, huh? So very good to see your love, your light, your brightness, your divine presence on this. Oh, dearest beings of light. Okay, this is what we're going to do. The universe says, I don't know, that may be not what you are doing. And you flip around and you go into a different direction. You are now presently a basketball player. You are going to keep all the basketballs juggling into the air. And you are going to be in any direction. At a moment's here, you're going to go there, everywhere. That is why they call it a pivot. One foot is stationary. And the other foot is jumping around and moving you in any direction. See, that is the way. That is that. She's juggling up and thinking, okay, so which basket am I going to look at? Which place am I going to throw this ball? And then you have to pivot, move in a totally different direction. So you might as well get used to it. You might even practice pivoting. So in your living room or your bedroom or maybe out in your driveway, practice pivoting in any direction and getting a basketball and throwing it up and seeing if you hit some sort of a basket somewhere. Those of you that know the vessel Marilyn know that she's not a big basketball player. She's played it a few times when she was in high school, and that is about it. And then she cracked a knee. But you see, it is about being able to move in any direction at a moment's notice. See, sense, feel, hear, and know intuitively what is coming in the very next minute. And then being able to adapt. You know, in the olden days, before 2012, not true. We've been telling you that for now 21 years. Kryon has been telling you that for 31 years. And then the star seeds come along. The beings of light that are born from the stars, and this is their first incarnation since then. They do not believe that there's anything wrong with them at birth. They have to get over that feeling of not being enough. They do not have to accommodate that energy. They are born from the stars. Now, yes, most of you are galactics. That is why we are facilitating a class in a few weeks about your galactic Akash to see where your Akash is, where your galactic knowledge lies. And how to utilize it now. You see, in that capacity, there are rogue races of galactics, 12, as a matter of fact. In this galaxy, and they extend beyond this galaxy, and they connect with beings on this planet. That is why the galactics are...
It looks like you're trying to restore this facility. Would you like help?
You're the virtual intelligence that runs this place?
This system is monitored to respond to the name Mira. May I ask your name?
They have come in before and asked for your help.
Commander Shepard. I work for the Citadel's Special Tactics and Reconnaissance.
One moment, please. Council authority confirmed. You are entitled to secure access of all systems. Please note that queries relating to corporate secrets require privileged access. Privileged access is only available to binary helix executives. This system is ready to process queries. You may access me at any holographic interface within Peak 15.
I need to find Matriarch Benezia.
Lady Benezia departed on the passenger tramway to the Rift Station subsidiary labs. User alert. The tramway system is currently inoperable.
What's the situation here?
One moment, please. Diagnostics in progress. Critical failure. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. Critical failure. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger tram systems are offline. Report complete. Do you have an additional system status query?
Do you know why the reactor was shut down?
I'm sorry, but I was offline at the time. Shutdown could occur if reactor breach seems likely, or in the case of catastrophic laboratory containment failure. Emergency... The frigid environment will kill biological contagions. It may also damage mechanical ones.
Turn off the heat and hope the cold puts whatever you've unleashed to sleep.
What do I need to do to get the power back on?
The valves to the Helium-3 fuel line must be opened. This can be done at the controls on the reactor assembly proper.
What are the landlines, and why are they disabled?
The landlines connect my main friends here at Central Station to the various sub-facilities of Peak 15. This allows the crew to remotely access my databases from the comfort and security of their labs. When emergency protocols were implemented within the hot labs, the cabling was automatically ejected.
Tell me what happened here.
I'm sorry, but I need a more specific query.
The creatures we've encountered here, did they come from the labs?
I'm sorry, Commander. Inquiries related to our research require privileged access. Only executives of Binary Helix have that level of clearance.
Why were you taken offline?
In the event, Peak 15 must be sterilized for security purposes. My program and data are purged.
They kill you if something goes wrong?
My systems are permanently disabled. To be killed, I would need to be alive. I am merely a database program.
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out.
How to help their own
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures.
Now exiting to the roof. User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
We believe that you can indeed have success
Without a lot of failure.
by looking at your own feedback. There's still an F word. Feedback is the key. So with each
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline. Online. How may I assist you?
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander.
Well, that was great feedback. Let me see what I can do now. We told you a story once about a friend of ours that was talking to loan companies to get his business jump-started again and talk to
Online. How may I assist you?
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out.
So Marilyn listened to a story about Walt Disney. No, Walt Disney. Believe you, no Walt Disney. That he was jump-starting his business. He went to 300 banks before one said that little mouse may have something that people need right now. So what are you willing to do to pivot from where you are right now
To that next step.
to where you are choosing to be?
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
That is the key.
Oh, come on.
You know what they say when you fall off the bicycle, you get back on. Dearest beings of light, we are your cheerleader. We see you and your pure potentiality. The galactics also see you and your potentiality, which is why they are paying attention.
Now entering main reactor. User alert. User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
It's coming in through those star seeds, huh? You are who you are is your own creation. You have the power, you have the presence, and you're in the process of getting the purpose.
We'll find her here shortly. She's probably sleeping in the corner somewhere.
As we love you. Deeply.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Connections restored. Processing new data. User alert. Unable to connect to hot lab facilities.
That's all I need right
Greetings,
now.
ones. I'm
Very
Kryon
well,
of
Commander.
Magnetic Service.
Locking you out.
This is going to be message number 3 of 4. Regarding joy. And we've titled the series Finding Joy in the Midst of Chaos. And in channel number 1, we identified the healing properties of joy. Real healing properties changing the chemistry of the human being.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment.
Worry and anxiousness actually causing more sickness even than the virus has. Because of the uncertainty of the times, today is no different than yesterday. In the second channel, we discussed ways of finding joy personally. Some of the attributes that we mentioned so that you
Now entering main
find
reactor.
peace in times where there doesn't seem to be much.
Main reactor shut down in accordance with
It's
emergency
still so
containment
important, dear
procedures.
ones, that you
Manual restart
enjoy
required.
these attributes as well as seeing them as
User
academic,
alert.
because joy
Main
is
reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
What if it was a rule of physics? In a certain way, perhaps an esoteric way. Gave you some of the elements earlier on. A few weeks ago, we've talked about it so many ways and so many times. This third message is one that talks about so many times about the beauty of what the old soul is here for. And I say the beauty because it say that of the old soul is spreading peace, joy, facilitating
User
the energy
alert.
around them.
Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
So this particular channel is a couple of the attributes that you
Get off of me!
and others. Perhaps some premonitions that you know about. Again, it has to do with joy, laughter, peace of mind. So we're going to assume that perhaps you've listened to number 1 and number 2, and you are then ready for 3.
Yes.
If you don't know where 1 and 2
They were all
are,
part
they're
of this
easy
so
to
far?
find. My partner says it many times. They're all in one place. On what you would call
User
his
alert.
website.
Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Negativity is a habit. Now this is taught by so many. The teacher Marilyn, through Adirondack, will teach this. She even has methods of reminding us when we are in the habit. Here's what I mean. Culturally, you are used to certain phrases, certain ways of doing things, certain attitudes. Culturally, you want to fit in. And so often, habitually, you're negative, and you don't even know it. If you're going to help others around you,
User alert.
it's not going to
Main
be
reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
person, and I will say, perhaps you're a positive person with bad habits. And you'll say, well, what do you mean by that? It's not a negative thing that you have a consciousness
Now
for as
entering
much as what
main
comes out of your mouth.
The way that you look at
User
yourself,
alert.
or rather,
Main
lack
reactor shut
thereof.
Something
down
happens
in
in your
accordance
life or
with
a
emergency
situation happens
containment
and you see
procedures.
and being
Introspection and
Restart
humility, man,
required.
they go a long way.
what has just occurred? Stop everything. What has just occurred is you told your body, your cells, the universe, anyone who is listening, all the guides, your soul, that you expected negativity.
User alert. Main reactor reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. With emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Watch. You are in a negative culture and you have the habits of your culture. That's number one. Number two, it's an actionable item. That means it involves work.
There you go.
Shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
You say, it's a great day today. You say, well, maybe that will change. What you start to see is negativity, and you cannot believe it.
Justifies itself.
Don't seem to want to
Got every excuse for why it can't be different. It's sick.
Well, you say, you look nice today. And they'll say, well, that's
user alert. Main react.
In other words, there is no agreement at all. It doesn't seem you can even get to what they call first base with any of that which you say. And yet, I will tell you, you are making a difference. Those who watch this process will see it. You will be known as a positive person. What comes out of your mouth and what you say without any confrontation, without you saying, why are you always negative? Don't ever do that. Instead, what you do is try to turn things around to the most
They'll have an
positive
excuse
place.
for why they're always, because you use such a strong word.
Seem to appreciate it or want it. And I'll tell you why. Because
always and never,
the
man.
two consciousnesses, the one that is most attractive, the one that makes the most sense, the one that people want to look at, is you. How do you feel about being around someone who's always negative?
Don't like it.
The answer is, it's not fun. It's not exciting for you, it's work. And so slowly you start to see that if you cannot change them, at least
Connections restored.
that which is positive in front of
Processing new data. User alert. Unable to connect to hot lab facilities.
That's all I need right now.
Very well,
He or she is right. This is a good time. Perhaps to consolidate our thoughts in positive things, to make some changes, because we can't go out or we can't do the thing. So what else can we do which is fun and happy and exciting? Let's do it together. That happens. And it might not have happened if you hadn't been positive in front of your friends. Never confront, but instead show them that which is good. Number three, the most difficult one. You haven't heard me say this at all. Are human beings who literally invested in being negative. All of their lives, that is all they have been or seen, and their personality is one which is negative. You can tell. You can tell. Because your happiness irritates them.
Yep.
Your happiness irritates them. Your positive thoughts, your wishing to turn things around. There's not anything they're considering. They're looking at you and saying, "Go away, kid. You bother me."
Why do you think that way, man? The whole world's falling apart. It's only going to get worse. Why are you trying to tell me it's going to be better?
In the decontamination chamber. Access to passenger tramways inadvisable.
Don't be with them. And you, I say, well,
It seems the trams to the subsidiary stations are beyond this.
I'm talking to a group of people right now.
Online, connected to subsidiary facilities. How may I assist you?
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out.
Moved yourself from your family. I know who's listening. The most difficult thing you can do is go back for a holiday and watch all the negativity fly around the table. And they don't even know it.
No.
You irritate them.
Because you don't
What you have to
participate.
say about the hope for the planet, you irritate them. But you laugh too much. So if you haven't figured it out yet, sometimes you can't fix people. The only answer is to remove yourself. Find those who think like you, who believe there's hope for the planet, for themselves, for their health, for life. The last one, we have said before, joy can be contagious. So you're not battling uphill with family and friends necessarily. If they're open for change and you can tell or trying to figure out who you are, they will motivate themselves across the room to be with somebody who is positive. One who listens to what they have to say without criticizing or have habits that are negative. One who will not necessarily engage in political discussion because it never works. Or if you have to, that you would say very little or that which is positive as much as you can. This is the kind of person people want to be around, dear ones. And I've said it before. Pick your favorite master, whoever it is on this planet, and think about their lives, what they did. Were they always spewing criticism? And the answer is never. What came out of their consciousness
Patience and love.
and the messages they had were always uplifting.
Departing Central Station.
Always talking about what is possible. Always giving hope. And they did it in a benevolent way. That's mastery.
Benevolence.
Joy is contagious, dear ones, and the more you spread it and the more you show it,
Now
the more
arriving
you'll
at
find your
Station.
fruit.
Binary Helix Research Facility.
Dear ones, that is the answer.
Takes a bit of time though, but okay.
How you can affect others. What you have, which is joyful. We'll be back for the next message about joy. And so it is.
Take another breath. And part of our transformation is being able to hear from teachers, from channels, from people that hold specific wisdom as they help us awaken our own. And they always bring messages of benevolence and love and honoring of the human. That is what we close our day with. Beautiful, loving messages from Edoranda and Kryon.
Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
Soldiers could take to you again, right here in Indianapolis was last time.
I'd only be upset if they fired.
Even hopped up on stems, my people know the rule. 2 legs good, 4 legs bad. You're human, and that's enough that I won't shoot. I'd like to know who you are.
My name is Shepard. I'm a Spectre.
Huh. I won't look heavily on forcing them out. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out. He ain't all there anymore. First we knew the bastards were clawing into my command post.
We had a lot more staff then.
You were taken by surprise and had civilians to protect. You did a good job, Captain.
Yeah? Sure as hell doesn't feel like it. The board sent an Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
I'm not going to let any of your people die.
All I can do is hold out here and protect the civilians. There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. It can take you down to the hot labs. Oh, if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
What can you tell me about the aliens?
Ask Dr. Olar. He's the only one who made it out of the hot labs. He's the only Volus left in here.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell, man the perimeter!
Thanks for the help. Every few hours, a group comes up the tram tunnel. It's actually better since we locked down the elevator.
I'll do whatever I can.
I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
That is in your frequency. Return to the status. It is you. Who are you?
Who were you before the world told you who you're supposed to be? I heard that question, oh my word, I can't get it out of my head.
Can you define that?
Who are you before the world told you who you're supposed to be?
Would you leave today?
What?
Or maybe tomorrow if you join us tomorrow.
You seem less upset at this situation than the others.
I want you to sit with
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Are you? And just
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Do you know President Huerta? I did not think so.
Benezia passed through here. You didn't see her?
I saw her. You asked if I knew her. I do not.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Alestia Alice from the University of Arraeus. Is there anything in particular you want to know, or should I just spout random facts?
Are you an instigator of change?
Did I interrupt something?
I was meditating. I suppose to a species as brash as yours, it would appear to be inattention.
Are you a pathfinder?
Sorry, I'll leave.
Are you a creative
Trailblazer.
finder extraordinaire?
Trailblazer.
Are you a sofa sitter? Are you an action taker? Are you inspiration? That is what they want you to make a list upon. How do you see yourself and who you are? You have thousands, millions, maybe of years to accommodate
What? No!
your ancestral lineage.
Sorry,
And each
I haven't
one,
had much
each
sleep since
level,
the attack.
give you another little gift.
There's something you
to
need.
accommodate. And then
What do you know about the hot lab?
galactics in there that gives you
Nothing,
other
I
gifts
didn't work
as
there.
well.
As far as I know, Han Olar was the only survivor.
It all makes
Is he in the medical ward?
No, he's staying in the science team's quarters. Be gentle with him. He had a trying experience.
I'll talk to you later.
Remember to report any suspicious noises.
We know that right now there's all sorts of things going on here. All sorts of things going on everywhere.
What do you want?
I believe that you first have to understand who
I didn't mean to bother.
No,
in the
you did
total
nothing
scheme
wrong.
of things, so
I'm
you
just
can
distracted.
be that
What happened to these people?
that you wish
They're
to
suffering
see
from a
this
toxin.
world.
There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets. You know Mira, the VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety protocols for our experiments.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
There's the
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work. We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon, based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature. But there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. They kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Forest B is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
It doesn't matter how safe you make it. Biological weapons are illegal.
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another. And we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
There's a reason the Citadel conventions forbid bioweapons, Doctor.
I didn't expect you to understand. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
What will it take to get the cure for these people?
The quarantine labs are near the science team's quarters. Once you're in there, look for our notes. It should just be a matter of following our processes.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can do something.
Professor Marilyn has been doing this for 30 years or more. She asked for guidance about the subject, and it came through in her automatic writing. Yes, she still does guided writing. Because that is that divine connection. Teach that tomorrow. You see, when you ask Source, the universe, Spirit, God, whatever you call that energy that is in every cell of your body and every cell outside of your body.
I am curious to know what you're doing
Show
here.
me the way.
I heard there were some problems up here.
Furtively, I am concerned about the state of our
If you're
guards.
not sure, start
Many have
singing
been
the
awake
song.
for days.
Show me the
For
way,
now,
show me the way.
with forced cheer, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
Creating what you are.
Given the situation, you should freely contribute to the defense.
Pointedly, I give freely to Captain Ventralis. You, delicately, are not paid to protect us.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventralis.
Or whatever. I do not know. No one knows but you. And that is indeed why we have asked you to go back to the basics. Sit in the stillness. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Because how can you appreciate or have compassion for anyone else if you don't have compassion and appreciation for yourself? Namaste. Namaste.
Greetings, dear ones of Kryon, of Magnetic Circus. Most people listening to this don't understand. That many times before I channel, there is one who channels before. The energy of Adiranda, beautiful. The words dripping with love and truth. Because when you put the channelers together, dear ones, they give you much of the same
Watchdog
message.
protocol is active.
I would like to continue my message of joy. This is one that I have been giving now for 2 days. This is finding joy in the midst of chaos. This particular channel is not instructive as much as energetic. Or I want to give you the truth.
Damn, that knocks me down quick.
The real truth.
Much better weapon.
Of joy. How is it seen by spirit? Joy. How is it seen by humanity instinctively? Joy. So I'm going to start with what you don't expect. I've given you information now for years. This planet wallows in cold energy. The reason I'm here is because that will change. Literally. Humanity has been in a low consciousness state and never ever lifted itself out of it.
Survival.
Not really. It had peaceful times, but always turned into there was always mistrust between those of different countries. Even if they could, their leaders wouldn't let them.
Yep.
This is a low consciousness planet for so long, and now it begins to shift. But let's talk about joy.
Restricted ass. Fucking
The intuitive
Please tell me I did a
attribute of
break.
smiling. My partner has been around the planet and has learned much. He was not prepared necessarily for the greetings he got in 2 countries. I will remain nameless. And in those countries, he was informed he smiled too much. And he was taken aback by that, and he said, "What do you mean?" And they said, "Well, in our culture, smiling is not really something you should do because it means you're hiding something. You see, the one who smiles is a dishonest person," he was told. He didn't pay attention to that. He did it more, just because that was his reaction to having that news. He was in one of these countries, in a small restaurant, and a young person, barely 18 she was, bent down at his table and spoke quietly, and she said, "I see the internet all the time, and it just seems like Americans, they smile all the time. Is it really true, sir? Because I know you're in America and I can see it." And my partner said to her, "Well, they don't smile all the time, but we do smile a lot." And he always remembered her reply. And she said, "I'd like that to happen here." That's the young people starting to watch the internet, starting to see so many things they never saw before, and learning something they never knew before. Why is joy something that gets suppressed as a condition of control? The reason is because joy is one of the primary God energies of the creative source. If not the primary one. From those in those countries, I would like to talk to their mothers. want him to smile, don't you? That is instinct. Every single mother knows this. You don't teach the child to be unhappy. That they will learn by themselves by watching you, if you so choose. The first thing a mother does is to get that child to laugh. Because when the child laughs, your world lights up and you know it. That's from the other side of the veil, dear ones. I want to give you an example of something. I want to walk you through something. Human beings are very linear, and you have no frame of reference other than your own. This is not an indictment of who you are. This is simply the way it is. There can be no other way. Your only reference you have is what you see and who you are. If you had another reality to come and go in, you'd be able to then quote it and talk about it, but you don't. You have that reality, which is you. In this linear reality that you experience, there's one human, one name, one face, that's you. You see it every day in the mirror. You don't think of yourself as being multiple, even though you are in a multidimensional form, one way. You don't really look at yourself and see your soul, although you have one. You don't look at yourself and see the Creator, although you are part of it. Your reality is what you can see and touch and feel. You're told, by the way, that when you die, that soul of yours goes someplace and something happens, depending upon that which you believe. But how do you envision that? And I'll tell you. A human being sees themselves in their body representing their soul, then going to perhaps be judged or not, or to a party or not, but they see themselves as themselves in 3D, in their body, going perhaps to heaven. It's so interesting to hear some of the questions about heaven that the spiritualists have intercepted for years when humans will ask, what's heaven like? Can we see like we see? How can we see without eyes? Listen, this is what the questions are. One of my favorites from my partner was, are there rocking chairs in heaven? Because the human who asked, just their favorite thing to do is to sit in the rocking chair and watch. And so you see, you put your own reality even on the esoteric things that are so grand from the Creator about where you might go when you die. But you put that in a human form, in a three-dimensional form. You see you as you, and ask that question, how can I see without eyes? I have a metaphor for you. You'll understand it. Let's pretend you're a caterpillar. Let's pretend in this story that a caterpillar has a little higher consciousness than it does and can think like you do. Let's say that caterpillar is pondering the same questions you have. When it goes into the deep sleep, you know where I'm going with this. The caterpillar itself, as it exists today on Earth, barely sees at all. They can differentiate light from dark and see shapes, and that's about it. It's good enough for them because they don't know any different. That's their life. And the caterpillar is asking itself, when I go into that deep sleep, into that great beyond where I am told I will fly like a bird, how will I be able to see? Will I be able to see as good as I do now? I hope so. Same question you're asking. How can I see without eyes? What's going to be like to not have my body? And what can I see or feel, and what is it that will take place? And that caterpillar is asking that and starting to ponder it, maybe even worry about it. And then it goes into the deep sleep. It goes into the cocoon, and magic takes place. There aren't many of these for you to look at, dear ones. That metamorphosis of that caterpillar is a miracle. When the caterpillar emerges as the butterfly and spreads its wings indeed to fly like a bird, let's look at the eyes. cannot explain that which you become, who you are. Let me tell you the first thing that you feel. Oh, dear human in linear form, you see yourself passing away. And you see yourself as a human being walking a stairway. You're going to meet somebody, perhaps at the pearly gates, as you're told, whatever that, which is the metaphor of leaving and coming and meeting somebody from the other side for the first time. What's it like? I'll tell you what it's like. It's going to be what you're going to remember what it's like. The first thing you're going to meet and see and feel is joy. It's probably one of the largest, most profound truths on the other side. Joyful. That is the essence of the creative source of the universe, of you, of your galaxy. That I am trying to pass on to you and tell you, when you find joy, you find everything. You find health. You find extension of life. You find beauty. You find reason for being alive. You find peace. When this planet starts to become what it's going to be, you're going to look back and say, what made the difference? And I'll tell you, everybody could smile at everybody. And you wouldn't distrust anyone for doing it. This is the truth, dear ones. And it's why we talk so much about what we talk about. Bringing that which is from the other side of the veil to Earth is the theme. Because as the veil starts to
Bring the
lift
kingdom to the earth.
and listen
Kingdom
and be
of
more
God, kingdom of
transparent,
heaven.
you're going to find not just an increase in integrity, but an increase in reason for being, laughter, happiness, and joy. I would not give you these things if it were not the truth. Feel it in your very essence. Because you have the ability to just right now, I'm giving you that which is true. It is built into you. It is part of you. So take the lid off of the old energy and escape into joy. I am Kryon, in love with humanity, and for good reason.
I won't cause any trouble. I won't.
And so it is.
privilege of being a mother. There is power.
Oh shit, I found the woman.
To shape a life, turn
Crazy
it toward
bitch.
happiness or despair. Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies. Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
We don't have to fight. You can return to the Citadel with us.
I think not. This is not over. Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is clear.
Start talking, Venezia. What's Saren's next move?
I will not betray him. You will. You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his compulsions briefly, but the indoctrination is strong.
So you could turn on me again?
Yes, but it would not be my will, Shepard. People are not themselves around Saren. You come to idolize him, worship him. You would do anything for him. The key is Sovereign, his flagship. It is a dreadnought of incredible size, and its power is extraordinary.
Sovereign's not like other ships. Where did it come from?
I cannot say. The Geth did not build it. Its technology is far more advanced than that of any known species. The longer you stay aboard, the more Saren's will seems correct. You sit at his feet and smile as his words pour into you. It is subtle at first. I thought I was strong enough to resist. Instead, I became a willing tool, eager to serve. He sent me here to find the location
Mind manipulation
of the
and shit, and this chick's like apparently
was lost thousands of years ago.
How does something that big go missing?
4,000 years ago, a star nearby went supernova. The shockwave propelled the relay out of its system, but did not damage it. Its precise vector and speed are impossible to determine. As millennia passed, the nebula created by the nova enveloped the relay. It is difficult to find any cold object in interstellar space, particularly something swathed in hot dust and radiation.
Someone on Noveria found it?
2,000 years ago, the Rachni inhabited that region of our galaxy. They discovered the relay. The Rachni can share memories across generations. Kings inherit the knowledge of their mothers. I took the location of the relay from the Queen's mind. I was not gentle.
You could still make it right. Give me the information.
I was not myself, but I should have been stronger. I transcribed the data to an OSD. Take it, please.
Knowing the relay's location isn't enough. We need to know where to go from there.
Saren wouldn't tell me his destination, but you must find out quickly. I transmitted the coordinates to him before you arrived. You have to stop me. I can't. His teeth are at my ear. Fingers on my spine. You should. You should. Die.
Of course. It's a strong gun.
I cannot go on. You will have to stop him, Shepard.
Hold on. We've got Medigel. Maybe we can...
No. He is still in my mind. I am not entirely myself. I never will be again. No light. They always said there would be a...
Wow.
This one serves as our voice. We cannot sing. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless.
Who am I speaking to here?
We are the mother. We sing for those left behind.
So sorry,
The
good
children
channelers.
you thought silenced. We are Rachni.
How are you speaking through her?
Our kind sing through touchings of thought. We pluck the strings, and the other understands. She is weak to urging. She has colors we have no names for. But she is ending. Her music is bittersweet. It is beautiful. The children we birthed were stolen from us before they could learn to sing.
So it's a hella
They are
codependent little
lost
girl.
to silence. End their suffering. They cannot be saved. They will only cause harm as they are.
If you're sure they can't be saved.
It is lamentable, but necessary. Do what you must. Before you deal with our children, we stand before you. What will you sing? Will you release us? Are we to fade away once more?
There are acid tanks rigged up on that thing. Set them off. Millions of my ancestors died to put these things down. Don't let them come back.
If you kill her, you consign an entire race to death. We should let the Citadel Council decide her fate.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the silence of memory.
If I let you live, would you attack other races again?
No. I do not know what happened in the war. We only heard discordance, songs the color of oily shadows. We would seek a hidden place to teach our children harmony. If they understand, perhaps we would return.
Are you a survivor from the war? A clone?
We do not know. We were only an egg, hearing Mother cry in our dreams. A tone from space hushed one voice after another. It forced the singers to resonate with its own sour yellow note. Then we awoke in this place, the last echo of those who came out from the singing planet. The sky is silent.
I won't destroy your entire race. You'll go free.
Are you stupid? Your people didn't fight these bastards, so maybe you don't get it.
I'd like to have the Rachni on our side in the future.
Do what you want. My people will clean up this mess later, just like we did for the Solarians.
You will give us the chance to compose anew? We will remember. We will sing of your forgiveness to our children.
Great. Bugs are writing songs about you. Mark my words, you'll regret this.
Consider your words marked. Alright, let's go. I think that's why I was here, right? Open. Oh, this place. There's enemies somewhere. See if I can. Hot lab. Yep, that's where I'm supposed to go. I wonder if she'll just come out at some point. Otherwise she'll get scared and just cry, but I'll hear her do what's necessary. Hey.
Are you here to secure the situation?
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
You let these things out?
I am only following the orders. Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Rachni's ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived the centuries. This is miraculous. Binary Helix planned to clone Rachni, mass produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Rachni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Hold on. Don't you need a male to get eggs?
Queens are born carrying the genetic code of their fathers. Eggs are carried away from the colony to hatch alone. Queens can lay eggs in hours and have a colony in days. This is how they spread so quickly.
Separating them from their mother didn't work.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are uncontrollable.
Then all we need to do is bring her here.
No, I am sorry, but this will not work. These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
Once the purge is armed, we'll have to fight our way out. Give us a minute to patch up and rearm.
Sure. I wait here. I am not so much good for searching now, yes? Mother always say I would meet a bad end.
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at your disposal.
I need information on the neutron purge.
The neutron purge is a fail-safe system installed within the isolation tube area. In the event of irretrievable containment loss, it is used to resolve the situation.
What exactly does this thing do?
The purge is a neutron burst weapon. 2 volumes of fissionable materials are brought together to form a critical mass.
So either way, these things are going to die.
Most of the energy is released in the form of high-speed neutrons. This radiation is instantly lethal to any known form of life within 500 meters.
Nah, just a pleasant afternoon in the sun for a Krogan.
The purge is lethal to all known forms of...
Shut up. Last thing I need is some virtual wench questioning my fitness.
How many Rachni are in here?
I'm sorry, the sensor network is too damaged to provide an accurate count.
Give me your best guess.
Guessing is beyond my design parameters, Commander.
What's the status of the facility?
Containment breach in Laboratory Pod Gamma. The neutron purge system is functional, but has not been armed.
Are there any survivors in here?
Lady Benezia, an executive secretary of Binary Helix, is on the operations deck. There are no other living crew members within the lab structure.
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Sic Semper Tyrannis.
That is not the correct code. Please report to security for arrest and interrogation.
Who would have those codes?
Director of Operations, Yaroslav Tartakovsky, or any executive officer of Binary Helix.
Oh, okay.
We're moving on.
Logging you out, Commander.
Go sign yourself in for arrest. Go turn yourself in. So this dude right here, you got the codes, and we can start it.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Chimera the start.
Online. How can I help you?
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Code input 875-020-079. Code Omega. Local execution.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
Run! Get out of here! Hopefully this takes me right up to my ship. Gives me 2 minutes of fight time and then run to my ship. Yeah, 'cause the counter stopped. So what, that's gonna be that whole region over there or something?
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu Relay?
The Mu Relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The Commander's right. We can't rush off blind. We need more to go on.
What about Liara Tassoni? The Matriarch's daughter. Isn't she some kind of expert on the Protheans?
Yeah, right. Her mother was working for Saren. I bet she is too.
But Nezia helped us in the end. Maybe Liara will too. At the very least, we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster to find her.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
This is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew, dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch it through to the Council?
Yeah. Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
And then released the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
This Queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. My children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
Beautiful.